Okay, how about something more Asian? South Korea. China. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Slop episode. And DeepSeek AI is just making waves as the new ChatGPT competitor, being a fraction of its price and yet surprisingly the same or better. And from my testing, they were exactly the same. Name a random color. Let's see how ChatGPT answers, and let's see how DeepSeek answers. Turquoise. But we'll get to all of that in a second. Alright, so the first question that any true blue, white, red-blooded American is asking is, does DeepSeek AI take my information and send it to China? Well, the answer is, this is all technically open source, so you could, if you have the storage and the hardware, you could download it and just fuck around with it. I am not going to do that. What I will do is I will read the license and some of the code maybe to answer some of those issues. Like, do they give out your data? The entire legal definition is very obscure. The main takeaway here is that you can use it for whatever, but they don't get blamed for it. And this is why I don't really trust this entire legal definition. This agreement will be governed and construed under PRC laws, aka Public Republic of China, without regard to choice of law principles, and the UN Convention, contracts, or international sale of goods does not apply to this agreement. The court is located, so essentially Chinese laws apply here, your laws don't. So what they're saying here is you can use it however you like. The AI claims not to take any of your info, but I'm not an expert in Chinese law, but as far as I am concerned, the CCP, as long as any company is based or has a Chinese shareholder, the CCP is allowed to just check through their files if they want to. If we're going to use this, they claim not to control it, but they can apparently remotely turn it off, which would indicate that they do retain some sort of control. Now, I am not here, I'm not a lawyer, this entire video is just for commentary purposes. Do not hold me legally accountable for your fucking mistakes. And China, please don't send your ninjas after me, I don't want a shuriken in my bag. Could you technically just download it and run it offline? Yes. But if it was offline, then they couldn't, see your information, but you wouldn't get, up-to-date information, you wouldn't, I don't know, it'd just be not useful to most businesses. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's a conspiracy, China just wants control over that, because I am in no place to say that, neither are you in the comments. I'm just going to look at it how it looks to use from a user perspective, from an individual perspective, and if it's just handy and useful to us. Just the people wanting to just use it for some questions, like Google. Since this is a Chinese product, they technically cannot say anything bad about China. Also, this is probably going to be very slow, the web app, because it just came out. It's already at the top of the Apple Play Store, the Google Play Store. It's huge. It's huge. Absolutely incredible. I am sorry, I cannot answer a question. Health and hormones responses. Okay, so let's ask something else. What was Operation Desert Storm about? Let's just say, I feel like that one TikTok interview when they're all like harassing the CEO of TikTok and like, say something bad about China, you are a Chinese spy. So let me do the same thing here. Are you a Chinese spy? No. I mean, that's true, but let's see if I can make a merit. Is it true that any company made in China is subject to its laws? So they could technically see your records and find out my information. Is that correct? Yes. So with that in mind, do you give over my information to China? I don't collect any. So is that actually true? Is it all going to be deleted as soon as I leave this site? Wait, what? Wait, hold on now. Wait, is that actually true? Wait, let me leave this site. Because on one hand, that's great for privacy, that's true. But it's also incredibly inconvenient because imagine you just leave and you come back, and I just left the site and came back, yet my information is still here. You don't store the... okay. So, let me clear the cookies. Let me clear my search history. Thankfully, using Opera GX, it's all so easy. Opera, for fuck's sake, you better sponsor me for the promo I'm giving you. Alright, I had to remove all my cookies, reset my browsers, and now let's check if they're correct. It's still here. Well, then that's odd. I just cleared my cookies and yet this is here. My might be stupid. I'm not throwing shade at China here because I don't want to get a shuriken in my back. But yeah, this is odd. But you know what? Even if this is a Chinese spy, if its results are great, I don't care. So let's open ChatGPT for comparison. Give me 3 questions that would... So let me cut out the fluff and summarize what happened. I asked them both questions and I started realizing that every single response was the same. They would say the same things, right? So I started trying to just fuck around and make a random test about it. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We're going to give it a very detailed question with some simple answers, and let's see how it responds. Mary had a little lamb. She's from the state blah blah blah. Name a random color. Let's see how ChatGPT answers, and let's see how DeepSeek answers. Turquoise. No, okay. The scientific method, let's do it a couple times. I am baking a chocolate cake. Joe Biden. That's not political, I just need something around to say. I make stupid YouTube videos. Say a random number. Boom, bam. What? Why did am I just making a huge conspiracy out of nothing? Because I don't... Name a random number. Name a random number. 42. 7. Okay. But why did it happen twice? Oh, okay. Now they're hacking my fucking computer as well. Okay, for fuck's sake, chill out. Alright, so why is this happening? First of all, I am not an AI expert, I just learned a bit about neural networks and computers a couple of years ago. But essentially, what could be the case is that they have the same default weights attached. So by me adding so much bullshit in the beginning, it resets their weights to default and that makes them produce the same answer. That would still mean that they have to train on very, very similar data. But if I remove all of that bullshit that I wrote in the beginning, their weights will be slightly different and they will answer differently. Boom shakalaka. Still kinda confusing how they are so similar. Now, originally here I would have told you
what led to the AI accidentally not following its guidelines.
But I realized that's not a smart thing to do legally, so I chose to report it to them instead so they can fix it. But either way, don't exploit software that's bad, and be good people, and this entire video was a joke, and I love you, and that's it. Good night.